some breakfast before I go. But I can never eat anything that big. I might just have a granola bar. I have not had a like slow, relaxing morning in probably like 2 or 3 months, like and I know that for a fact because I've either been away on a trip every weekend, or if I'm not away, then I have done my long bike ride on a Saturday morning, and I officially have my half Ironman next weekend, which is so scary. But I'm taking it easy. I'm on my taper. I can do something a little bit more chill. So I have some plans later today. Luckily, I thought I was gonna have a brunch early this morning, but I didn't. I went to a baseball game last night, which was always so much fun. I actually love baseball games. The people watching is outstanding. But anyway, I am in desperate need of like a fall reset, and I was going to wait until after my half Ironman to do that, but I think I just want to do it now. I think this weekend when I'm tapering, trying to give myself something else to think about. Maybe that's the wrong mindset to have. Maybe I should be completely putting all of my focus on this half Ironman, but I have not done anything except that for a good solid probably like 12 weeks at this point that I have been really focusing in on training. So I'm giving myself a break. That being said, the half Ironman training doesn't ever actually stop for anything. So I'm going to attempt to go on my long run today. Luckily my long run is only like 6 miles. I don't know when I got to the point that 6 miles is not considered that long, but I guess we're here now. Just gotten back from my 6 mile run, and I stopped on the way to get a birthday present because I think I mentioned earlier I'm going to a brunch for a friend in about an hour. So I have about an hour now to get ready for that. I'm debating if I want to have a shower or not, because, or I mean obviously in a shower, but if I want to wash my hair or not, because with this training I was low-key supposed to swim today, but I don't think I'm gonna have time because I thought the pool opened earlier and it doesn't. So I'm like, I could swim tomorrow, but then that messes up the hair washing schedule because I'm supposed to swim on Monday, and I really don't want to go 2 days in a row washing my hair. I mean, I know it's not that deep, but this is just one of the things you have to contend with whenever you're doing a triathlon, is trying to figure out when you're going to swim and when you're going to wash your hair. It's a very difficult dilemma. This is always such a moment of truth. Ooh, the hair. I don't know why this is looking a little funky, but all ready for my brunch. I was hoping to have time to have some lunch, or like, it's like 12 o'clock, so I was hoping to have like something for breakfast before I left, but oh well, it is what it is. I needed to dry my hair after I washed it, and honestly, I feel like it turned out looking pretty cute. Except for this strand, which I don't really know what's happening. I might pin it back because it's kind of annoying me. It just looks stringy. Okay, so you may notice it is now, in fact, nighttime. I should never believe anybody when they say brunch that it is just brunch. Brunch, in literally every time I've gone to brunch, brunch has lasted until the nighttime, and it has turned from brunch to afternoon fun to evening fun to, oh my gosh, it's so late, I need to get home fun, you know? So I have just gone home. It's about 10:30. Yeah, 10:30. So I'm gonna have a shower because every time I go into New York City, I always just feel so grimy afterwards, just with all the people and everything. But where we went was so cute. We went to, I think it was called NoHo. Oh, I have to figure out what it's called. We went to Nomo Kitchen in Soho. So cute. It was like greenhouse vibes. Like it was this open roof, it was like a glass roof, and it was like lots of plants everywhere. Like I said, it was in Soho, and actually as I was walking up, there was like fully a fashion show going on or something. Like there were all of these paparazzis taking pictures of everyone. I was like, I am not wearing a fashionable enough outfit. I mean, I love my dress that I'm wearing. It's actually like literally one of my absolute favorite pieces of clothing that I own, but I was not chic. I was not giving chic, you know, which is what everybody in those streets were giving with it being New York Fashion Week. But it was cool to see. And then once we finished there, we went to another bar. I don't know what it was called. I feel like I was just kind of going with the flow of the group and just kind of wandering, not really paying attention. And then from there, I actually got kava for dinner, and everybody else went to Prince Street to get pizza. The pizza looked good if you like pizza, which I am not really a big pizza person, which is why I got kava, and the kava hit so hard. And then we went to, I think it was called like the Little Cupcakery. I clearly did not pay enough attention to all of the names of the places that we went to tonight, but we got cupcakes and they look so good. I was too full. I brought it back with me though to eat, so once I've had a shower, I might have a little bit of room in my stomach for that. I really just want to like sit on the couch and like watch TV for a little bit before I go to bed. So that is what we're gonna do. And then tomorrow we are resetting. This video was supposed to be about a reset. Today did not turn into a reset, but that's okay because I had a great time. Tomorrow, we're resetting. everybody. It is Sunday morning. I am just about to head out to go to church, but I'm going to a later mass than I usually go to because I wanted to give myself another chill morning. I wound up staying up probably till 12:30 last night. I watched The Kissing Booth. It was wonderful. I just feel like I've needed a slow recharge kind of weekend, and the last 2 days just not being in a rush in the morning has honestly made me feel so good. I feel so energized, but a calm energy rather than I have to go kind of energy, you know, and it's just a beautiful feeling. It comes with fall, and it makes me feel so happy. Anyway, we're gonna do a full reset today. This morning I just spent some time cleaning up the kitchen, just picking it up because it's been in desperate need of that. And yeah, later we're gonna go grocery shopping, sit down, chat, do all of the things, but right now I have to go. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. It is almost 12:30, actually it's almost 1 o'clock, just kidding. And it is time to get started with my actual reset of the day. I am not going to be able to do a reset until I have cleaned this apartment. It is so messy. I also do need to decide at some point when I'm gonna go to the grocery store because it's such a struggle. I live in a very walkable town, which is lovely. I love it here. However, the walk to and from the store is not fun, especially coming back with groceries, and that is why I keep my boyfriend around, is so that he can help me carry the groceries. I also keep him around for other reasons, don't worry. But he is not here right now, and so I can wait till he gets in, but I don't know if that's gonna be too late, and he's probably not gonna wanna go. Knowing him, he's had a busy weekend. I wouldn't wanna go either. But I also don't want to have to go tomorrow. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna make that a later problem. Anyway, I'm unboxing. I got few little things for the Ironman, half Ironman. I got inner tubes because I didn't have any. Knock on wood, I do not need those because if I have to figure out how to change a tire during that event, I actually think I will cry. There will be many tears falling from my face if I have to do that. I also got a little bike kits basically for that. So let's see what is included in here. This is the little package that goes in the triangle underneath my bike. I hope that I think it goes like that. I hope it fits. These are probably things I should have bought when I started going out on bike rides, especially long bike rides. But I've just been winging it. I'm if I get a flat tire on any of those rides, I'll just call somebody to pick me up, or I'll walk home. I'll take the subway, whatever. What are these? I'm way in over my head. I think you use these, you use them to get off, pull the tire off, and then there's an inner tube within the tire. A little bike pump, that's always good. That looks like it works. And then this is a very fancy looking tool. This is Allen keys. I can't get any of them out. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of neat, actually. A bunch of Allen keys. Who knows when you might need those? That just comes in handy in regular life. I feel like I need an Allen key more than I care to admit. Oh, and oh, wow. This is a very versatile tool. I don't know what that one is. See, it's got Allen keys, and then I don't know, what was it called? For wrenches, you know, nuts. And then there's different types of screwdrivers too. Let me show you this tool I'm a makeup artist. My engineer is showing I actually find this tool to be really cool. I'm where has this been my whole life? This has actually been so useful at various points in my life.
Anyway, we're gonna stick it all in this little bag and put it on the bike and pray that I don't ever have to open this bag again. This is what I currently had on my bike, and it's kind of annoying. It hits my legs. It's good whenever I'm going like in the city because I can put my phone in there and see it while I ride, but I don't think that that is something that I need. Ooh, oh no. Well, okay, you can't really see my dilemma from where you are. I'm sorry. But this is going to mess up where I put my water bottles. Well, okay, never mind. We're gonna put all the pieces back in here. We're gonna go with this one. Man, that's really annoying. I really thought I was gonna be so smart with having that one, so much more out of the way. I should really check and make sure this is like legal too, because I honestly don't know. I feel like I'm just so unprepared for this thing. I'm sure it's fine. I just don't think it's the most like aero efficient or anything like that. So I'm probably gonna get like laughed at, but at least I have something in case something goes wrong.
Cleaning the apartment. It literally took me so long, but it's done. I actually still need to vacuum the stairs, but the Hoover died literally as I was doing that very last step, but it was like a good solid like 2.5 hour clean. This apartment just really needed it. The last few weeks have just been so crazy, which is why I just needed this reset that much more. Anyway, we're going to do the fun little chatty part of this video. I feel like it's been so long since I did like a proper reset video with you guys. I kind of felt like doing the monthly resets just like wasn't giving me enough time to really like focus in on my goals. Like I felt like more stressed about like doing the reset, and I was just always so repetitive with it all, and I just kind of lost the motivation to do those. And I think that that's like perfectly fine. I think that if it's not working for you, then you shouldn't do it. And so I decided that I kind of want to try it like for Q4 of this year, and then into next year doing more quarterly resets where every quarter I'm going to focus in a little bit more, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a mini reset or re-check in on my goals every month for like on a monthly basis. So before we hop into that, I wanted to show you guys the planner that I got for the next year. So this actually started in August, so I've been using this for about a month now. It's like mid-September. This is from The Daily. It is a very hefty planner, but I really love it. And the reason I love it is it has monthly pages, a monthly budget page, a monthly reflection, and this is kind of what I think I'm going to be using on that monthly basis whenever I do a reset. A brain dump page, it has a weekly page, and then it also has daily pages, which I need a daily page. I have found that this has just given me so much more direction to have my day mapped out. Like I will bring this to work, I will make my to-do list for the day at work. I will usually, there's a nice huge to-do list section right here, and in the morning whenever I'm at work, I'll have all of my work to-dos at the top, and then if I like think of anything while I'm at work, I'll have like personal to-dos at the bottom. I've been using the notes section at the bottom to do a like what I'm grateful for thing every day, so I'll go back for the previous day and just write in something I'm grateful for. And then I also like to put a little quote at the top, and I'm just not going to show you anything because like I said, I use this for work, so I don't want to like expose anything I shouldn't be exposing on accident, so you can take my word for it. But that's kind of how I've been using this planner, and it's changed the game. I absolutely love it, and that's kind of how I'm going to be structuring my planning around
dirt like for the next few months. So just a little bit of background of what's been going on, because I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video, but in case you couldn't tell from everything that I've been saying in this video, Ironman has literally taken over my entire life. I signed up to do the Ironman 70.3 New York, so it's on at Jones Beach, and it is literally next weekend, September the 20th. So I think probably when I upload this, I don't know whether I'm gonna get this up today or next week. We'll see what I do for the rest of the day, but that has literally been my entire life. Like, I have been structuring every single moment of my life around doing the training, and it has been so rewarding. It has had so many ups and downs. There's been so many moments where I have wanted to quit, where I haven't wanted to do it anymore. There's been days where it's felt amazing, where I've just felt on top of the world. I'm like the strongest that I have ever been, which is really, really incredible. And no matter what happens next weekend, I know that I have put in so much hard work, that I'm capable of really hard things, and I'm so proud of myself for that. That being said, I am also so ready for a break. I am ready to pivot. I am ready to focus on something a little bit different. I have never considered myself like that much of an athlete, and I have just turned right into athlete mode over the past like 6 months, and I am ready to go back to being a cozy little like book nerd kind of person. So that is what we are channeling for Q4. I have put together my little Notion page. This is super duper simple. I used to have a pretty in-depth like monthly reset, but like I said, I'm trying this out. I'm trying to simplify things. I don't want anything too crazy. And I think part of the reason why this feels so like this year with like goals and stuff has just been so off for me is I didn't set any goals at the start of this year. Like, I was kind of like, I want to do a half Ironman, and that was like my only goal. So we're approaching like the end of that, and I feel like because that's been such a focus for so long, it's like I don't really have a lot of really major goals that I set for myself. So we kind of have some creative freedom right now, which I really like. I feel like it's nice to have really big goals, but it's also nice to just kind of have some time off. For every up, there needs to be a down. I feel like that is the way that I balance things in my life. Okay, so here is the page in Notion that I put together for my Q4 2025. Definitely feeling the fall vibes here. I have a quote that I put first. It just says, "Every leaf speaks bliss to me, fluttering from the autumn tree." That's a quote by Emily Bronte. It just feels cozy, you know? Here is my reset section. So I always like to put 3 priorities that I want to focus on. I feel like 3 is like a magic number of like, you can't really do more than 3 things. Like, I have tried so many times to do more than 3 things, and I have learned over and over again, I can't do more than 3 things. So my first one is that I want to max out and invest my Roth IRA. Honestly, that's top of my list because I have the money ready to put into that Roth IRA. I've had it ready for a while and I haven't put it in there, which is so dumb of me, because the more, like, the earlier that you invest, like, the more money you're gonna make. Like, that's just how investing works, and I'm just being lazy. So it's at the top of the list because I haven't done it yet. Realistically, I could probably turn this camera off, do it right now in 2 minutes, and I just haven't done it. So it's up at the top, but hopefully it'll get done very, very soon. I want to upload more consistently on all of my platforms. Obviously, I have this channel. I've really been loving making TikToks. I have Grid Girls, which is my podcast, and I have fallen a little bit behind on that. So on all of those things, I just want to get more consistent. I want to hone in on them. I want to be more creative with them, and I just want to kind of expand what all of those mean to me and figure out what my focus is, and just overall like treat that more of like a business, because I have fun doing that. So like, I want to like put more time into it. And then my third priority is I want to finish decorating my apartment. We have lived in this apartment for a year. You may notice this wall over there is blank. I have a whole pile of photos and paintings over there, like right behind me right now, that has been sat there for a year waiting to go up. So that is going to be a priority. But I also want to get like a few other little things for the apartment that when we moved in here, you know, it's always so expensive when you move, so you don't like want to buy stuff right away. But we've been here a year, we have a little bit more money that we can spend on that, so I want to do that as well. I have a list of a few books that I want to read before the end of the year, so I'm sure I want to read some other ones besides these. I'm currently reading House of Sky and Breath, so I'm hoping I will finish that. I will be very annoyed if I don't. I also want to read a career-focused book. I was talking to a mentor about that the other day and got a whole bunch of recommendations, so that is going to be on my list to read very soon. And then I'm also rereading the Harry Potter books. I've been listening to them as my audiobooks whenever I'm driving to and from work. I have a really long commute to work, so I tend to be able to get through them pretty quickly. I'm currently on the Half-Blood Prince, and then I just obviously have the Deathly Hallows to go. I've actually, for the first time in years, already hit my reading goal. My reading goal for the year is 20 books. And I've hit it, and like, it's been so long since I've read that many books. A part of me is like, can I read 10 more books before the end of the year? Because this year I've just leaned into audiobooks. Like I said, with that commute, it has changed the game. A few people have tried to tell me that reading or listening to audiobooks doesn't count as reading, and like, I understand, like, I'm not doing the actual act of reading, but I can still say I read the book, in my opinion. Anyway, maybe that's controversial. Then I just have a little section just to say, do something I love every day and keep smiling. Just words to live by, you know? And then I just have notes on some of my primary habits. So Duolingo, I gotta keep that streak. I'm at like 500 days and it's gotta keep going. I can't lose now. I just want to read on a regular basis. I need to get better at flossing because it's just always just the dentist. I just know the dentist is always going to tell me to floss more because I don't do it enough. And then just working on content creation. And then I also just want to get back into journaling. I journaled like consistently probably from the ages of like 16 to 20, like every single day. And it was so good for my mental well-being. So I want to get back into that. Then I just have kind of a to-do list. It's more of like a brain dump list. So like, I know after I do this triathlon, I'm gonna want to find another workout routine that feels good. Like, I've built up all of this stamina. I don't want to like lose it by any means, even if I do want to take it a little bit more chill. So I want to stretch more. I really think I want to focus in on ballet again. I've missed it so much as I've been doing this training. Like, I have been going to ballet classes still, but it's not like being my main focus. And I think I want to bring it back to being my main focus. Like, I just love it. But maybe Pilates, stretching, all of that kind of stuff. Something a little bit more low impact for a while. Put money into the Roth IRA. I really want to redo my phone screen. That's so random, but like all of the apps and things, like with the new iOS coming out, I feel like it's always fun to do that. Hang up the paintings, buy some rugs, soap dispensers. These are all like little tiny things that I've just been thinking about for a while. Obviously, I want to decorate for all of the holidays because that'll be super fun. Then business-wise, like, and when I say business, I mean like content stuff. Finding a new thumbnail style, updating descriptions, working on the budget tracker. I do sell my budget tracker on Etsy if you're interested, but I want to update it, make it amazing for you guys. Post more on Grid Girls. Do a little bit more playing around in Notion because I love Notion, and I want to play around with the templates a little bit more and potentially have something ready for next year. We'll see. And then, yeah, just prep for next year's goals. At the bottom, I just have a reflection area. So in January, when Q4 ends, we will go through that together. Moved over onto my bed, a little bit more comfy, cozy, you know. And I wanted to do a quick little reading update since I haven't talked to you guys in forever, and I've read a lot of books since then. So I'm gonna just talk about Q3 books that I've read, I guess. So books I've read since July. And mostly, like I mentioned before, I've been rereading the Harry Potter books. I think I started rereading it like, honestly, like just as July started. So I read like 5 of those. Amazing, as per usual. I am so excited to finish reading them because as soon as I finish reading them, I'm definitely gonna go back and watch all the movies. I've like been holding back from watching the movies for a while I've been reading the books. I just feel like it's just like fun to like make it last as long as possible, you know? So it's been so fun to get back into that universe, and I feel like I'm like noticing all of these many different things. I have reread the books before. I think I've read the books probably like twice or 3 times before. They're just such comfort reads, feel amazing this time of year. But I have also read a couple of other little books, so I'll mention those. Finally, I read Heartstopper Volume 5. This is such a cute book. I feel like this series in general is just literally so like feel good. It just makes you happy. It's like, you know how the conflict is gonna go, but it's such like real conflict. Like it feels so true, but it's not anything, but it's just like, you know, it's gonna be okay at the end. And it's like really just showing a love and what happens between that love. And it's just sweet, and I like it. And it's an easy read because it's a graphic novel. So I think I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And then the other physical book that I read, like I said, I haven't really been reading a lot of physical books because I just audiobooks all the way at the minute. But I did just finish reading Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. And this was much more of an emotional read. I honestly like kept crying a decent amount as I was reading this book. It was just a lot. There's a lot to do with like grief and love and life and getting old and loneliness. So there's a lot to unpack in here. In the end, it did like have a very good ending. That being said, I felt like the ending came a little bit abruptly. You kind of knew how it was going to end from very early on, which I know is like an interesting style of writing, but it's like you were like waiting for the characters to figure out what it was, and I just kind of felt like there could have been more of a twist or something at the end that we weren't expecting as a reader. I just really like twists, and I just didn't feel like this had that. But I thought that the writing was really good. I really like the concept. Basically, it's like got a lot of different POVs, and one of the POVs is from the point of view of an octopus. So pretty unique. And then just to wrap this video up, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I have just been loving. Obviously, it's been summer. I've been traveling. It's been so much fun. I went to Norway actually in July on a cruise. That was an incredible time. I went with my boyfriend's family, so it was really fun to hang out with them. And then actually a couple weeks ago, I went to England. I went to London for the weekend to see Coldplay at Wembley, which is where I got this sweatshirt, which I literally have not taken off since because it's so comfy and so cute. But that was absolutely like an incredible concert, and I have been in my Coldplay era. I know that Coldplay, I don't know, I don't know what the target audience for Coldplay is. I feel like it's probably not me. I don't think I'm a target demographic per se, or like their general listener. I feel like it's probably more middle-aged men, but you just can't go wrong. Their music is so good. It's so easy to bop along to, and I've honestly just kind of not stopped listening to them since then. Ed Sheeran also just came out with a new album, and I've been listening to that a ton, loving that. And a new season of GBBO just started, so I started watching that. Always love good, Great British Bake Off. I've been listening to the Morning Brew Daily podcast a lot. That's just a good way to get like a bite-sized little bit of information every single day. They also have a market insights one. I think it's called like Market Brew or something like that. But those are both really interesting, like from like a business and just like a current events perspective. Then I've recently gone back into listening to The Girls Bathroom. I feel like it's such like a classic. I've listened to it for years, but I've kind of, I don't know, I went off it for a little while, but recently I've been listening to that a lot again. It's just so entertaining. Like Sophia and Jinzia are just so funny. And then I also love Grace Beverly's Working Hard podcast. She just got married, and it was so cool to see all of her married content. That's kind of separate from the podcast, but just watching her as an influencer. But her podcast is also amazing. She's got so many good things to say. Yeah, that kind of wraps up the favorite portion of this video. We'll go back to vlogging for the rest of the day. Okay, we are back from the shops. Have a whole bunch of groceries to put away. But yes, I wound up actually driving my car over there, which is such a hassle because I don't like park near where I live. So I have to like walk my little butt down to my car and then drive the car and then bring it back, drop the stuff off, park the car, walk back. It's a whole thing, but we made it. We've got all the groceries. And I feel like this is a Sunday complete, honestly, at this point. I'm about to make myself some, like, unpack the groceries, make myself dinner, and then watch TV for the rest of the night, and maybe edit this video, but yeah.
fridge.